Hello, my name is Santa Pantla, and today I'll be talking about fallacies. So first we're going to cover a couple of fallacies, the first one being ad hominem, which basically means attacking the person rather than the argument that they present. For example, this guy in the green is saying some argument about this second receptor subtype, and the guy in the orange is like, hey, we're overlooking a critical factor here, and basically that factor is that the other guy's useless idiot. And so that's basically him attacking the person instead of attacking the argument that he states. Another fallacy is the either-or fallacy. This is very prominent in advertising, and it basically means that you're only presented with two options, and there's only one that's like the clear-cut one that you should choose. For example, this is a toothpaste ad for Colgate, and there's only two options. Either fight the plaque germs, and all the other toothpaste, let it go back. And obviously, as you're being advertised to, you'd probably pick to fight it, and that's the fallacy. Another one is slippery slope, and basically this means suggesting that a minor action will lead to major or ludicrous outcomes. For example, in this cartoon, this guy in the orange suit is basically saying, your recycling could be a serious threat to our beloved seagulls nesting grounds in the town dump. And think about this, no seagulls equals fewer car washes equals fewer jobs, more crime. Your recycle program will condemn our fair town to chaos, citizens will flee in panic, roads will fall into disrepair, and fires will race remorselessly. And basically, it basically shows like you're starting with one point, you just like keep on going further and further, even though it seems very unlikely this will occur. And that's what a slippery slope is. Another one is bandwagon appeals. Basically, that means that the majority agrees and the reader should as well. One example of this that's very common is in advertising, and one of these is like in McDonald's, and it's on most billboards for McDonald's everywhere. It says over 99 billion served, and basically this shows to you that McDonald's is great. People like it because they've served so many people. Another one example of this is with like Apple, and they show that like 120 million people have Apple products, and that's just another bandwagon appeal. Another one is straw man. Basically, this means attacking an argument that no one made. For example, here, the guy in the green saying, given my contribution to the paper, I think that I deserve to share the credit with the first author. And the guy in the blue is totally bringing up a new argument that the guy in the green didn't even state. That basically saying that the green guy is thinking that fame is more important to you than science. And he says that's sad. And the green guy's like, oh yeah, I didn't say that. And then the blue guy's like, oh, I'm sad too. Basically, it shows that he's evading the argument that the guy in the blue is making by making a new argument that no one actually made. And this makes it easier for him to like actually refute and go back against. Another one is non sequitur. Basically, it means when an argument does not really follow a statement. For example, here, this is for an American bank advertisement, and it says that if you're enthralled by the majesty of nature, we're here for you. It doesn't really make sense how we're here for you follows a statement that you're enthralled by the majesty of nature. So they don't really connect, but I guess it's kind of cool, and it like gives people some way to think about, oh, I want to do American Bank because they can see dolphins or something, but it doesn't really connect to each other. Another fallacy is equivocation. Basically, when a key term or phrase is used in an ambiguous way. For example, this butterfly is saying, what's this new health diet you started? And the dog saying, they said I should cut out all desserts. And the butterfly saying, oh my, that must be hard. And the dog's like, not really. And he's like, you want me to cut a piece for you too? And so basically the word cut is used in an ambiguous way. Like the doctor's probably saying that you should not eat the desserts, but he's interpreting it in a way like I should cut them up with like a knife. Another one is appeals to false authority, and one great example of this is Donald Trump, where he says, in quotes, an extremely credible source has called my office and told me that Barack Obama's birth certificate's a fraud. And this is very clearly an appeal to false authority because he says extremely credible source, and this doesn't really have any backing up. Another one is red herring. Basically, this is a distraction by an unrelated topic. Just like basically throw the argument that another person is making completely off course. It doesn't even relate. For example, this girl's talking to her mom, Mom, I want that toy. And the mom's saying, honey, let's rush home. The yummy treat for you, I guess. And it's like completely unrelated topic just to throw her off of thinking along the same path she's thinking about earlier. And those are a couple of fallacies. Now we're going to transition over to Samir.
people, thousands. So nice. Thank you very much.
To open his campaign announcement, Trump uses the bandwagon appeal to convince the audience that tons of people are supporting him in hopes that they will join the crowd and support him.
When Mexico sends its people, they're not sending their best. They're not sending you. They're not sending you. They're sending people that have lots of problems, and they're bringing those problems with us.
Trump makes a hasty generalization that all immigrants from Mexico are terrible people with tons of problems. He uses this to evoke passion in people that are anti-immigration in hopes that they will support him.
An ocean. They built it in about 1 year, this massive military port. They're building up their military to a point that is very scary. You have a problem with ISIS, you have a bigger problem with China.
Trump uses a scare tactic here to cause panic over the military power of China versus the US. He even says that we should have more fear of China's military than ISIS. He uses this to scare the audience and weaken their support for the current military establishment in the country as he calls for change.
Because if we have another 3 or 4 years, we're at 18 trillion now, we're soon going to be at 20 trillion. According to the economists, who I'm not big believers in, but nevertheless, this is what they're saying, that 24 trillion, we're very close. That's the point of no return. $24 trillion. We will be there soon. That's when we become Greece.
Trump uses a strong either-or here when he talks about fixing our country's debt. He argues that either we fix the debt problem now, or we become unsalvageable and the loss caused economically like Greece. This also serves as a scare tactic to cause fear in the audience that we are soon going to fail economically and all will be lost.
Has become a dumping ground for everybody. And now they're beating us economically. They are not our friend, believe me. But they're killing us economically. The U.S. has become a dumping ground for everybody else's problems.
Prior to the statement, Trump explains a series of events regarding the relationship the U.S. has with other countries. He eventually comes to the dramatic conclusion that the U.S. has become the world's dumping ground, and that this will get even worse if nothing is done to stop it.